Our story continues with Quebec after he got electrocuted. He didn't hurt physically, but he can't keep his emotions or thoughts. He saw the famous actor is mocking at the staff, and when he was about to slap that actor, Wonju intervenes, stopping Quebec. Quebec gets shocked from his behavior and keeps yelling, "It's a lie." He goes to calm himself in a bathhouse, and he keeps remembering what he did and trying to understand his behavior before. Wonju talks to Chaeyoon about the famous actor Pien is claiming that he got assaulted, and Wonju is afraid that the staff will lose their job, so she determines to go to meet Pien and beg him to return to the show. At the studio, the news reaches Quebec's manager Mr. Kim and becomes curious. Quebec's friend, Ji-yu, texting him, warning him not to come because Mr. Kim is curious at him. Quebec is outside the studio, meets his two co-workers at the smoking area. They tell him that he doesn't smoke because he is doing anti-smoking campaign, but Quebec can't stop his mouth and saying that he is still smoking. Also, he insults his co-worker, saying that his smell isn't good. His co-workers get shocked of his rude behavior while Quebec runs away. On his way, he meets his boss and tells him that he takes advantage of his juniors to do his work and runs away, shooting no more favors. Wonju goes to Quebec to escort her to apologize to the famous actor Pien, but he refuses. Quebec meets his manager Mr. Kim and he can't keep calm and yelling at him, scolding him while Mr. Kim is shocked. Quebec is being tracked by the famous actor's fan to apologize to Pien. Quebec's family watches the news that the announcer Quebec assaulted the famous actor Pien. He returns to his family's house, he has parents and two siblings. It seems that his family doesn't care about him. He stays at house with a mask on his face to avoid any communication, but his brother provokes him, uncovering his mask. Quebec yelling that they have never cared about him and all they care about is his money, and leaves the house. He gets a call from Wonju asking to meet. He meets her while she is drunk. Wonju admits that she is happy that he faces Pien because Pien always bullies and insults her staff. She falls asleep, and as no one expected, he calls the police to escort her to her house. The next day, Wonju has learned that her show is being cancelled. Meanwhile, Young-hyun, the famous singer, questions about the matter. One of his crew tells him that her show is being cancelled. It seems he knows her. Quebec goes to his manager Mr. Kim to apologize to him, but he loses his control again, telling him about his stinky feet, and asks what the point of a break while he has to work. Wonju intervenes, and Quebec apologizes and leaves. Wonju forces Quebec to go to the doctor to check him because she suspects that he got affected by that electrical shock. The doctor is the same person who Wonju met him in her blind date before. In the award ceremony, Young-hyun attends as a guest and meets Wonju. She seems uncomfortable and leaves. On her way, she meets Quebec, who is hosting the ceremony. Young-hyun sees Quebec and rushes toward him. It seems they know each other. Quebec opens the show, and everything goes peacefully until suddenly he can't control his thoughts and his mouth. He tries to leave during the first break, but the producers and Wonju insist that he has to finish the show. At the end of the show, when Quebec gives the award to the actor John, he mentions his past drug scandal and how it is similar to the role he played. Quebec describes him as the true drug king of our time. Everyone gets shocked. Quebec trips and falls. Joman walks to Quebec and helps him stand up and then slapping him on his face. Quebec starts hallucinating. In his hallucination, he sees Mr. Kim scolding him, and his family asks him to continue lying to take advantage of his money, and his co-workers mock of him when they discover he is from a poor family. The scene jumps to Quebec at the bathhouse, and he sees a shark, and suddenly turns to Wonju, and then finally, Quebec wakes up in his house. He checks his phone and sees 44 notifications. He opens the notification from work and sees that he is being penalized for the antics he did at the award show. He gets a call from the doctor informing him that he suffers from disinhibition, which leads to emotional outbursts and behavioral changes. Owner of his house calls and asks him to move out from the house because he will return this month. While Wonju is walking around her neighborhood, she meets Young-hyun. He tries to talk to her, but she sends him away. Wonju reminisces when she and Young-hyun were dating. He was a beginner actor and she was a beginner writer. Quebec goes with his friend Ji-hoo in a fishing trip. While Quebec is going to buy something to drink, his friend leaves because he gets a call from the hospital that his daughter is very ill. Quebec climbs up a cliff and starts screaming. Wonju notices him while she is around, discovering a new location for her next show. She misunderstands his behavior, thinking he wants to kill himself. She rushes to him, trying to make him go down the cliff, but she makes him confused. Quebec keeps stepping back. Finally, they fall off the cliff because she tries to save him.